بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأراضين روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. عظم الله أجورنا وأجوركم. I would like to offer my sincere condolences to you all for the demise anniversary of Lady Khadija salamullah alayha. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala extend the reappearance of Imam Mahdi jalallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif and make us one of the companions and one of the supporters of Imam Mahdi ajjalallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif insha'Allah with allow salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Alhamdulillah, we have this tawfiq tonight to gather here to learn from the legacy of Lady Khadija salamullah alayha. Lady Khadija salamullah alayha is the one who sacrificed for the religion of Islam. If there was no the sacrifice of Lady Khadija salamullah alayha, we would not be here as Muslims. If she would not sacrifice with her wealth, we would not be here as Muslims. We should be thankful to this great personality, Lady Khadija salamullah alayha, and her sacrifice. So tonight, inshallah, we want to learn from the lifestyle of Lady Khadija salamullah alayha to apply this lesson, inshallah, in our day-to-day transactions. As you know, we don't have a lot of narrations from Lady Khadija salamullah alayha, but tonight, inshallah, I'm going through the marriage of Lady Khadija salamullah alayha with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Inshallah, we can learn some lessons from this marriage. As you know, Lady Khadija salamullah alayha had some titles before her marriage with Prophet. She was known as Amiratu Quraysh, the Prince of Quraysh. At-Tahira. At-Tahira means the purified lady. So she was a well-known lady in her society. And she was believing in God. She had an uncle, and the name of her uncle is Waraqat ibn Nawfal, or her cousin or uncle. Waraqat ibn Nawfal was one of the great Christian scholars at that time, the one who translated Bible to Arabic. So he had a lot of knowledge about Bible, and even he studied the signs and the marks of the next prophet. So Lady Khadija salamullah alayha, she learned from her uncle. So she was a believer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And she never worshipped idols. She was a believer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Regarding the wealth of Lady Khadija salamullah alayha, because this is the question of all of us. How could she make a lot of money? Where did she bring this money? So this is a question. Lady Khadija salamullah alayha is the daughter of Khuwailid. Her father was like a rich father. And when he passed away, Lady Khadija salamullah alayha inherited a lot of money from her father. And by using her wisdom, by making a good business, she could to make a lot of money. As you know, the caravan of Lady Khadija salamullah alayha was the greatest caravan at her time. You know, she was taking a caravan from Saudi Arabia to Yemen to Sham. So she was making a lot of money through her wisdom. So now, inshallah, we want to study the marriage of Lady Khadija salamullah alayha with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The first question that we need to ask here is how she met Prophet Muhammad. This is the question that I'm sure that you all have it. Regarding the meeting of Prophet Muhammad and Lady Khadija salamullah alayha, as you know, Lady Khadija salamullah alayha, because she had a lot of wealth and money, she was looking for a business partner. She was looking for someone, not only the one who has skills in like transactions and business, the one who is trustworthy, the one who is honest, the one who is as-sadiq al-amin. In order to trust him, to give him your money, to give him money, to send him to Yemen, to Sham, to make business, to make money. So Lady Khadija salamullah alayha was looking for someone who is honest and trustworthy. And who's better than Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Because Prophet Muhammad, before he gets married with Lady Khadija salamullah alayha, he was known as As-Sadiq al-Amin. He was known as Sadiq al-Amin, the one who is trustworthy, the one who is honest, the one who doesn't lie at all. So Prophet Muhammad had these qualities and attributes before Islam, before his marriage with Lady Khadija salamullah alayha. Even one day when Abu Jahl had a debate with Walid, two enemies of Prophet, they had debate about the prophethood of Prophet Muhammad. Abu Jahl was saying to Walid, "Oh Walid, do you think Prophet Muhammad or Muhammad is an honest person and he's right in his claim? Because he claims that I'm prophet. Do you think he's honest or he lies?" Walid said, "What do you think?" He said, "To be honest, I think he's honest. Because when he was very young, he was very well known as a trustworthy person, as an honest person, and everybody was trusting him. People who wanted to travel overseas or go for a trip, they would come to Prophet and they would entrust Prophet Muhammad with their money. They would give Prophet Muhammad their money and then they would travel. So Prophet Muhammad, before his marriage, was well known as a trustworthy person. One day, a Bedouin person, an Arabi person, was in the market. Prophet Muhammad saw him. He wanted to sell his horse, and Prophet Muhammad was interested to buy his horse. He told him, "How much do you want to ask for this horse?" The Bedouin person said, "I would like to ask for like 50 dirham or dinar." Then Prophet Muhammad said, "No worries, please wait here. I'm going to bring the money for you." When Prophet Muhammad went to his house to bring the money, at the same time, munafiqeen, disbelievers or kuffar, they were there and they saw that Prophet Muhammad wants to buy that horse. They went to that Arabi person and they said to that Arabi person, "Oh Arabi, your horse is not 50 dirham or dinar, it's 150, 200. Why you want to give it to Prophet 50? When he comes, tell him that our deal was not 50, it was 150. Then Prophet Muhammad came and he gave him 50. He said, "Why 50? Our deal was 150. Why you give me 50? Prophet said, no, we talk about it. Our deal was 50 dirham, 50 dinar. So why are you asking for like 150? Huzaima, one of the companions of Prophet, was there. And he went to Prophet and that Arabi person, and he said to them, look, I'm sure I can be witness that the deal was 50. It wasn't 150. Prophet Muhammad said to Huzaima, Huzaima, you were not here. How can you be witness? He said, oh Prophet Muhammad, we trusted you. We never saw like heaven, hell, but we trusted you. Whatever you said, we trusted you. Because you are a trustworthy person. You are an honest person. Whatever you said to us about your religion, we accepted that. I'm sure the deal was 50. So then Prophet Muhammad said to Huzaima, that Huzaima, from now onward, your testimony is counted as 2 testimony. Yani you are the shahadatain. You know, when you want to go to a court, you have to take like 2 people as a witness. Huzaima, his testimony was counted as 2 testimonies. Huzaima, the shahadatain. So it shows that Prophet Muhammad was known as a trustworthy person, as an honest person, before his marriage, even before the religion of Islam. So Lady Khadija salamullah alayha, she was looking for someone who can help her for her business. She had, mashallah, a lot of money. She was the wealthiest lady. She had the biggest caravan in her time. So she was looking for someone who can look after her money, who can increase her money. So she talked to Abu Talib, and she suggested to Abu Talib if he can talk to Prophet. So Abu Talib talked to Prophet, and then Prophet Muhammad accepted to be the business partner of Lady Khadija salamullah alayha. Then Prophet Muhammad, when he accepted to be the business partner of Lady Khadija salamullah alayha, he decided to go to Sham or Yemen. And he set up the caravan, he prepared everything. When he decided to travel, Lady Khadija salamullah alayha called one of her servants by the name of Maysara. So she said to Maysara, Maysara, I would like to ask you something. I would like to ask you if you can go with Prophet Muhammad in this business trip and help him, and I want you to assess him. I want you to evaluate him as well. So why Lady Khadija salamullah alayha wanted to assess Prophet and evaluate Prophet? Not because she didn't know that Prophet is not an honest person or trustworthy person, because she had this intention that I want to get married, and maybe Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam could be a good option for my marriage. So she sent Maysara with Prophet Muhammad. So here there are some lessons that we can learn from this incident. The first lesson that we can learn from this is that we should look for someone who has good reputation if you want to get married. This is very important, especially for our youth. If you want to get married with someone, you need to look at the reputation of that person. This is very important. Look at the family of that person. Why? Because as you know, genes are inherited. Even now, scientists, they believe that 50% of the intelligence of a person could be inherited from his or her parents. So this is very important. And that's what Imam Ali alayhi salam, when he wanted to get married, He asked his brother Aqil, "Oh brother Aqil, I want to ask you something. I want to ask you if you can search for a lady for me, but I want this lady to be a brave lady. So please search for a lady who comes from brave families." Because Imam alayhi salam knew that genes can be inherited. So that's why Imam alayhi salam was looking for someone who is brave. And then they gave birth to Abil Fadl Abbas alayhi salam, the supporter of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Even Hatem al-Ta'i, you know Hatem al-Ta'i, the most generous person, he was living before Islam, even at the time of Prophet. After Hatem had a son, Uday. Uday was a very generous person, like his father. So having a good reputation, having a good family is very important. So if you want to get married, inshallah, you need to look at the reputation and the family of your spouse, of your soulmate. This is very, very important. The second lesson that we can learn from this incident and Lady Khadija salamullah alayha is that having good reputation is not enough, of course. Or searching for someone who has good reputation is not enough. We have to do some investigation. This is very important. How can we do investigation? We can ask his or her friends. We can go to her or his university, his or her school. We can ask maybe his or her relatives. And before we do istikhara, we have to do investigations. Because I know some of the brothers or some of the sisters, before they do investigation, they do khira. And this is wrong, honestly. And I saw a lot. As soon as a person comes and asks for the hand of a girl, the family of that girl, they want to do khira, to see they have to go ahead or should not go ahead. So this is wrong. Al-khiratu ba'da al-hira. Al-khira comes after investigation. First, you have to go and search and gather information about that person. Then you do khira. Khira comes at the end. Khira doesn't come at the beginning. So now, maybe you ask me this question, Sheikh Mohammed, how can we do investigation? I'm going to share with you 2 ways that you can do your investigation. The first way that you can use is that you can test that person. And through your test, you can realize the personality of that person, of your, inshallah, spouse in future. How can we test him or test her? One of the best ways that we can test our spouse is that we can maybe borrow him some money, give him some money. And we give him money or we give her money, and then we see he or she wants to return the money or she doesn't want to return the money. This is very important. And that's why one day a person came to Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. He said to Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, "Oh Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, I would like to marry my daughter. And there is a person who's asking for the hand of my daughter. And this person, mashallah, is a rich person. He prays, he fasts. He's going to the mosque as well. He's a good person. So should I marry my daughter with such a person?" Imam Sadiq alayhi salam told him, "لا تنظروا إلى كثرة صلاتهم ولا كثرة صيامهم. انظر إلى صدق الحديث وأداء الأمانة." Imam Sadiq alayhi salam told him, don't look at his prayer. Maybe he prays out of habit. Out of habit, he prays every day. Salat al-Fajr, Salat al-Dhuhr, Salat al-Maghrib, Salat al-Isha, out of habit. So don't look at his prayer first. First, look at his honesty. See if this person is an honest person, and look at Ada al-Amana. Give him some like trust, some amana, give him some money, and see, does he want to return the money or he doesn't want? And he's a trustworthy person or he's not. So Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, first we have to look at the honesty of that person and see if that person is truthful and trustworthy as well. This is very important. So this is one of the ways that we can do investigation about that person. I need to gather information to see if he's a good person or he's not. The second way that we can use is that we can go to a trip with that person. We can organize a trip, and in both families they can organize a trip, and they can go for a trip. They travel like for a few days, like few weeks. You know, we humans, we are the best in acting. If someone wants to get married, of course, the first day, the second day, he doesn't show anything wrong, and he acts in the best way, yeah, because we are the best actors. So, but when you travel, when you have a trip, like for a few days, few weeks, after a while, that person shows his or her real face. Yeah? So this is very important. And that's why Imam Ali alayhi salam has a poem. This poem is attributed to Imam Ali alayhi salam. I would like to share some statements of this poem. Imam Ali alayhi salam says, تقرب عن الأوطان في طلب العلا وسافر وفي الأسفار خمس فوائد. Imam alayhi salam says travel, because when you travel you gain 5 benefits. تفرج هم واكتساب معيشة وعلم وآداب وصحبة ماجد. Imam alayhi salam says when you travel you gain 5 benefits. The first one is tafarruju hammin. What does it mean? When you travel, you get some comfort, relief, and you put the stress away from yourself. So this is one of the benefits of the trip. The second benefit is iktisabu ma'ishatan. So when you travel, you make money. And maybe you go somewhere, you see something very cheap. You can buy it, you can sell it, so you can make money. وَعِلْمٌ. So when you travel, you can gather knowledge as well. Maybe you see a knowledgeable person, and you can gather knowledge. وَعِلْمٌ. وَآدَابٌ. When you travel, you see other cultures, you learn about other cultures, you get the good points of their cultures, and this is very nice as well. This is one of the benefits of a trip. And then Imam Ali alayhi salam says, وَصُحْبَةُ مَاجِدِ. What does it mean? When you travel with your friend, you discover the personality of your friend. And he or she shows his or her personality, his or her real face. Then you can know him easily through trip. So if you want to gather information about that person, one of the best ways is to have a trip with that person for a few days, for a few weeks. Then you can gather information about his or her personality. So then when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he came back from his business trip, and when he met Lady Khadija salamullah alayha, and maybe he gave Lady Khadija salamullah alayha her money, then Lady Khadija salamullah alayha started to think that Prophet Muhammad could be the best option for me for marriage. So she decided to ask Prophet Muhammad for marriage, to propose to Prophet Muhammad. So what did she do? She called one of her friends by the name of Nafisa, one of the friends of Lady Khadija salamullah alayha, came to Lady Khadija salamullah alayha. And Lady Khadija salamullah alayha told her, please go to Prophet Muhammad and ask him if he's interested in marriage with me, but not directly, indirectly. Ask him. So Nafisa, the friend of Lady Khadija salamullah alayha, went to Prophet Muhammad, and then she talked to Prophet Muhammad. Oh, Prophet Muhammad, do you want to get married or you don't want? He said, yes, of course I want to get married, but I don't have maybe money now. So she said, look, you can get married with Khadija, your business partner. Now you're the business partner of Lady Khadija salamullah alayha, and I think she's interested in you. And she talked to Prophet Muhammad indirectly. And she didn't say that Lady Khadija salamullah alayha told me that I have to come to you and ask for your hand or propose to you. So she said to Prophet Muhammad, maybe Lady Khadija is interested to you. Go and ask Lady Khadija salamullah alayha for marriage. Here in bracket, there is a point that, a lot of fathers, especially in our countries, in our culture, they think this is aib and this is wrong. And religiously, this is wrong. And it's haram, maybe, they think. If a girl goes and proposes to a man, this is not haram, of course. And this is not aib as well. So as you see, Lady Khadija salamullah alayha sent Lady Nafisa. Yes, maybe they can ask indirectly, like what she did. They can ask indirectly. This is not haram if you have a daughter to go and ask a guy, but not directly, indirectly. You can do that. And that's why in our countries we see a lot of anisa. You know what does it mean, anisa? A lady who cannot get married anymore. Why? Because these ladies, they come from religious families, and these religious families, they think that this is aib and haram if a girl goes and asks for hand of a guy or propose to a guy. This is not haram, of course. So they can go and ask, maybe indirectly, maybe they can send someone like Lady Khadija salamullah alayha. So this is a wrong custom, or wrong mentality that some people have. So, of course, we can go and ask. Ladies, they can ask, and maybe they can ask indirectly. But there is no haram in such a request. Then Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he sent his uncle Abu Talib. So Abu Talib, he gathered some of the great personalities of Bani Hashim and Quraysh, and they all went to the house of Lady Khadija salamullah alayha. As you know, Lady Khadija salamullah alayha, she lost her father when she was very young, maybe when she was 10 years old. And as we said, her father's name was Khuwailid. So they all went to the house of Lady Khadija salamullah alayha, and apparently her uncle was a representative as her father. So they went to the house of Lady Khadija salamullah alayha, and Abu Talib started to talk to the representative of the father of Lady Khadija salamullah alayha. He started his sermon with praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with hamd, which shows that Abu Talib alayhi salam, he was not a mushrik or kafir. He was a believer, because he started his sermon, his talk, with praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, Alhamdulillah alladhi ja'alana min dhurriyyati Ibrahim wa Ismail wa ja'ala Makkah baladan amina. He said, Alhamdulillah, all praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who made us from the progeny of Prophet Ibrahim and Ismail alayhi salam, and he made Mecca baladan amina, a safe city. Then he started to talk about Prophet Muhammad. He said to the uncle of Lady Khadija and Lady Khadija salamullah alayha that my nephew Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam doesn't have money. He's not a wealthy person, but he has a good character. He has a good behavior. He's a behaved person. His akhlaq is number one, but he doesn't have money. He's not a wealthy person. Then Lady Khadija salamullah alayha accepted the marriage, and then they got married. But there is a point here as well. What's the point? That as we said, we should not look at the money or the wealth of our spouse first. We have to look at the akhlaq, adai al-amana, sidq al-hadith, to see if that person is trustworthy person, to see if that person is honest person. This is very important. You know, one day, a person by the name of Juwayber was a poor person who was living in the mosque or next to the mosque of Prophet. Like there was maybe a shelter or house, old house for poor people at the time of Prophet, so they would live there. One day, Prophet Muhammad saw Juwayber. He said to him, Juwayber, would you like to get married? He said, yes, Prophet, of course. I would love to get married. But you know, I'm a poor person. No one gives me his daughter. Then Prophet Muhammad said to him, Juwayber, I know a family. I'm going to send you to that family. Please go there and ask for the hand of their daughter. They would accept. Juwayber said, okay. Where's the address? The address is out of Medina, one of the tribes out of Medina. Juwayber, he went there. He went to that tribe. He entered the house, and the name of the father of that girl was Ziyad. He said to Ziyad, Ziyad, Prophet Muhammad sent me to your house, and I want to talk to you about something important. But now I see you have guests, so I want to talk to you privately. Ziyad said, we don't have any private thing. Talk to me in front of them, it's okay. He said, okay. Prophet Muhammad sent me to ask for the hand of your daughter. So I'm here to get married with your daughter. Ziyad said, are you kidding me? Are you joking? He said, no, I'm not joking. He said, Juwayber, you don't have any money. Do you know who am I? I'm Ziyad. I'm a wealthy person. Maybe you're lying. He said, no, I'm not lying. Prophet Muhammad sent me. He said, okay. I cannot accept this request. He said, why? He said, because you are not in our level. And you are a poor person, we are very, very rich. Then Juwayber said, okay, I'm going to leave. When he was leaving, Zulfa, the daughter of Ziyad, she went to her father and she said, oh father, who was this guy? He said, this guy came, he said, I'm coming from Prophet Muhammad and I want to ask for the hand of you, Zulfa, of my daughter. And I didn't accept because he's a poor person. We know him. Zulfa said, no, Baba, please go and bring him back. Maybe he's right. Then the father went and brought him back. Then he said, look, stay here. I need to go and ask Prophet Muhammad and I come back. So Ziyad went to Prophet and he asked Prophet, Prophet, is it true? He said, yes, I sent him. He said, okay. He came back. He came back and he prepared everything for their marriage. And they got married. When they got married, for the first night, he didn't approach his wife, Zulfa. who Juwaybir. And then Zulfa was upset. Ziyad, the father of Zulfa, was upset as well. The second night, same. And the third night, same. Then they sent Prophet Muhammad to talk to him. Then Prophet Muhammad said, Juwaybir, why you don't get approach to your wife? Why you don't approach her? Then he said to Prophet, "O Prophet, for many years I was a poor person. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed me. Such a great blessing. For I decided to do sajda and do prayer for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the first 3 days. And inshallah, tonight I decided to approach my wife. So, and I want to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this ni'mah, for this blessing." So we learn a very beautiful lesson from this story, that if we want to get married, brothers, sisters, the first thing that we have to look is not money. This is very important. And unfortunately, a lot of families, many families now, the first thing that they look is money and the wealth. And this is wrong. Prophet Muhammad says, إِذَا جَاءَكُمْ مَنْ تَرْضَوْنَ دِينَهُ وَخُلُقَهُ فَزَوِّجُوا. If a person comes to you and you're happy with his behavior, with his akhlaq and his religion, فَزَوِّجُوا. Marry him. It's okay. Yes, money is important, wealth is important, but the most important thing is behavior, is akhlaq, is the religion of that person. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us tawfiq, inshallah, to learn from the legacy of Ahlul Bayt alayhimu salam and apply them in our day-to-day transaction, inshallah. I would like to invite our dear brother Ahmad Rashid, to benefit all of us with his beautiful voice for a short majlis, inshallah, with aloud salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
Sallallahu alayka sallallahu alayka wa ala alika al-mazlumin. Assalamu alayki السلام عليك يا زوجة سيد المرسلين. السلام عليك يا فاطمة سيدة نساء العالمين. السلام عليك يا أول المؤمنات. Peace be upon you, O the one who gave all her wealth for the Savior, Sayyid al-Anbiya, Rasulullah. Peace be upon you, O the one that Jibreel came down and sent his salams to her. يا ليتنا كنا معكم فنفوز فوزا عظيما. My dear brothers and sisters, we come together for the mother of Islam, one of the first people to accept the religion of Islam, the backbone of Islam. We come together for Sayyeda Khadija, commemorating her wafat, giving our respects to Rasulullah on this evening. Khadija was amongst the most richest of people. She was one of the founders of Islam. My brother, my dear brothers and sisters, it is so sad that a mother's wish is to watch her daughter getting married. Sayyeda Khadija would catch a bad flu and she would leave this world when Fatima Zahra was only 5 years old. How could the Prophet tell Fatima that her mother has left this world? It is the same way that we compare that when Asma had to tell Zainab that Sayyida Zahra salamullahi alayha had left this world. Sayyida Khadija had given so much in the way of Islam that she did not even have enough to buy a kafan. That one day as Rasulullah was crying as he had just lost Khadija, Jibreel would come down. He would say to Rasulullah, "Oh Rasulullah, in return for all that Khadija has given in the way of Allah, here are 5 kafans. Who are these kafans for? The first kafan is for Khadija. So I bury Khadija in this kafan. What do I do with the next kafan? The second kafan is for you, oh Sayyid al-Anbiya, for you, O Rasulullah. Then who is the third kafan for? The third kafan is for your daughter Fatima." And he began to go through in the details of what would happen to his children, to Fatima. He would tell her that she will not be long after you. The next is for Ali, who in Ramadan would leave this world as he would be struck in the mihrab. Wa Aliyah, and who is the 5th kafan for? The last kafan is for Al-Hassan, the poisoned one. I want to ask you a question, O Jibreel. Aina kafan al-Hussein? Kafan for my dear Hussein? You gave me a kafan for everyone, but what about my grandson Imam al-Hussein? Where is his kafan? Ya Muhammad, your Hussein would be left on the sands of Karbala for 3 days without a ghusl and without a kafan. وحسينا, as the angels shake in their cries, لا يوم كيومك يا أبا عبد الله. It is as if, oh Rasulullah, I will not be the first to complain to you. They say that on the lands of Karbala, after the massacre of Abu Abdullah, Zainab would stand and say, Ya Rasulullah, sallallahu alayka ya Rasulullah, هذا حسين مرمل بالدماء يقطع الأعظام. What would she do? I stood there confused all alone. No Abbas and no Hussein to help me. Yeah, no Abbas and no Hussein. Yeah, to help me. My dear brothers and sisters, Zainab would stand there, yes, on the lands of Karbala, with no protectors, at the body of Abu Abdullah. Then she would begin to walk and complain to who? She would go to the Euphrates. On the way she would find some hands on the floor. She would find a water skin on the floor. She would go to Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas, saying, my dear brother, fi amanillah, they are taking us captive. Wa Abbas, wa Sayyeda, أنا جبت الحزن وياي يا أبو فاضل يذربوني بعد عينك يشتموني أهل دمع الفجيع يا نايم عالشريعة. من هود الليل طلعت جيتك اسولف حالتي. لما انتحت يا ابو الفضل طاحت يا خويا دمعتي. وانا انت واجهي والحدا حرقوا علي خيمتي. لا ذا الاخو لا ذا الولي يحمي بعدكم عيلتي. يا ابو فاضل انا بحيرة ردت كافل يا ابو الغيرة. وساف شفق قطيعة يا نايم عالشريعة. عباسي جيتك اشتكي عندي رسالة مؤلمة مكتوبة بالدمع الهضم طفلة واسمها فاطمة تشرح معاناة السلب منها الأذن تنزف دماء. سلى بجاها وما رحم خد اليتيم الناعمة. يا ابو فاضل لتام خدي لوين حاضر شلت عندي. يا ابو فاضل وديعة يا نايم عالشريعة. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. We ask Allah by Rasulullah that He forgives our sins, that He brings the shafa'ah for all those of our people that are sick. We ask that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives our sins and brings us closer to His religion. Allahumma kun لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة. وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك توعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. For all the marhumin and marhumat, specifically the uncle of Sheikh Mansour Laghai, Marhum Hajj Ahmed Arshadi, if we can dedicate this majlis to him, but as well with it a Fatiha and a loud salawat ala Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad.